What if discipline could make you so relentless that people think you're insane? Miyamoto Musashi cracked the code in his book of 5 rings. Take a deep dive into his 5 brutal lessons and transform yourself into a force that defies normal.
The Earth Ring. Ground yourself. Face the brutal truth. The first step to becoming a disciplined monster is to stop lying to yourself. Most people live in a fog of delusion, convincing themselves they're busy or trying hard. Musashi's Earth Ring is a cold slap to the face. It demands you confront the raw, unfiltered truth about where you stand. Musashi wrote, in the construction of houses, the choice of wood is made. Straight, unknotted timber of good appearance is used for the revealed pillars, while knotted timber is used for the inner structure. Translation: you can't build anything strong until you know precisely what you're working with, including its strengths and weaknesses. Imagine yourself working a desk job and think you are grinding. You wake up at 8 a.m., scroll through social media for an hour, get to work late, and spend half your day flipping between emails and cat videos. And by evening, you feel exhausted from doing nothing real. Sound familiar? But what if you decided to track every minute of your day for a week and find out that the results were even more ugly than you think? 5 hours a day on your phone, 3 hours of actual work, and a whole lot of mental noise. You aren't busy. You are just a slave to distraction. The Earth Ring principle is simple but savage. Know every crack in your foundation. Musashi, do not sugarcoat it. The way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death. In discipline, that means accepting the death of your ego. You're not as productive as you think. You're not as focused as you claim. Track your time, your habits, your thoughts. Write down every minute spent scrolling, every task you avoided, every excuse you made. The numbers don't lie. Even if you do, that's the Earth Ring at work. It's not about feeling good, it's about seeing clearly. You can't change what you don't see. Start here. Rip the blindfold off. The truth hurts, but it's the only way to build something unbreakable. Watering. Go with the flow. So now you've seen the truth. Now what? Most people try to overhaul everything overnight. They set 5 a.m. alarms, plan 3-hour gym sessions, and swear off their phone forever. By day 3, they're burned out and back to square one, hating themselves. Musashi's Water Ring teaches you to stop fighting reality like an idiot. Water doesn't smash through a rock, it flows around it, carving paths over time. Musashi said, water adopts the shape of its receptacle. This isn't about being soft, it's about being smart. Instead of forcing a brutal routine, you start small. 15 minutes earlier than usual, 10 push-ups, 20 minutes of focused work before a break. Pathetic, maybe, but by week 2, he was up to 20 push-ups and 40-minute work blocks without collapsing. Musashi himself didn't start with steel swords, he honed his craft with wooden ones, mastering the basics before dueling for blood. As Bruce Lee put it, don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. The Water Ring is about persistence over perfection. Can't read a book a week, read a page a day. Can't run a mile, walk a block, your brain expects you to fail, so trick it by winning small. Each tiny victory rewires your identity, get your dopamine from progress and achievements, not from likes on a post. By month's end, you will naturally wake up at 6 a.m., naturally work out for 30 minutes and clock 3 hours of deep work. Not because you forced it, but because you flow toward it. Stop trying to be a hero. Be water. It's not sexy, but it's unstoppable.
The firing
Imagine yourself at this point, getting up at 6 a.m., workogs on point, work sessions laser focused. Then you see a co-worker half your age pulling all-nighters and closing deals you couldn't dream of. The fire hit, anger, envy, self-doubt. I'm a failure, you think to yourself as you skip your next workout, then another. And before you know it, you are starting to lose progress.
The firing, where most people burn out.
But Masashi used fire in a different way. He wrote, "The spirit of fire is fierce, whether the fire be small or big." It's not about avoiding anger, it's about redirecting it. Masashi's father died when he was 7, leaving him with nothing but rage. Instead of collapsing, he channeled it into 14-hour training days. Every sword swing was a middle finger to his pain.
Your anger is fuel, but only if you aim it at your weaknesses, not yourself. Catch yourself staring in the mirror when you're ready to call yourself a loser, then flip the script. Tell yourself, "I'm not staying this way," and then start a nightly ritual. Write down what pissed you off that day. Skipped a workout, ate junk, got distracted, then turned each into a mission. Angry about 20 push-ups. Tomorrow's 25th. Mad about scrolling during work. Phone's off tomorrow. This isn't about positive thinking, it's about productive rage. As Nietzsche said, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. Progress will explode. Your workouts hit 45 minutes. Your work blocks will stretch to 4 hours, not because he found motivation, but because he stopped wasting fire on self-hatred and started burning as mediocrity. Your anger is a weapon. Point it at the problem, not the mirror. The fire ring doesn't just keep you going, it makes you dangerous. The 006-1394. 3 months in, you will be unrecognizable. Up at 5:30 a.m. without an alarm, hitting 50 push-ups, nailing 5-hour work sessions. Friends started whispering, "What's wrong with him?" But then the wind begins whispering back, "You're good enough now, ease up." The wind ring is the trap of success, Masashi wrote. In the way of strategy, do not think you have arrived. At 50, after 60 undefeated duels, he still called himself a student. Why? Because the moment you think you've made it, you're done. Masashi studied other sword schools not to mock them, but to stay sharp. He knew the real enemy was the voice saying, "I'm good enough." Don't learn this the hard way. A skipped workout turns into a week of regression. The wind ring demands you stay a student forever. Instead, set a new rule. Every month, find someone better, a mentor, a colleague, or even a stranger on social media, crushing it, and study them. Someone who can challenge your discipline and keep you hungry. There is a quote that goes like this: "The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur." The wind ring keeps you chasing what's possible, never settling for probable. Stay curious, stay inadequate, keep growing. The void ring, the eternal war. 6 months in, you will hit a wall, not physical, but existential. You will realize discipline isn't a destination, it's a war without end. The thought can make you sick. I'll track my time forever, fight laziness forever. The void ring is Masashi's final lesson, the one that separates warriors from quitters. He wrote, "In the void is virtue and no evil." The void isn't emptiness, it's acceptance. Accept that discipline never gets easier, you just get stronger, it doesn't end. The void ring isn't about winning, it's about becoming someone who fights every day. Musashi painted, wrote calligraphy, and meditated, not to arrive, but because that's what warriors do. Then you will stop chasing an endpoint and start asking yourself, what is today's struggle? The void will teach you that the struggle is the discipline. Here's the paradox. When you embrace the eternal war, it stops feeling like war. It becomes a part of your nature, like breathing. As Musashi said, today is victory over yourself from yesterday. The 5 rings, earth's truth, waters flow, fire's fury, wins hunger, voids acceptance, aren't steps to a finish line. They're a cycle, a way of living that makes you so disciplined. People will call you crazy, and deep down you'll know they're not wrong. You've just chosen to live like a word in a world of sleepwalkers. The rings are calling. Will you answer? Thank you for watching.
And there we go. Yeah. I'm going to play that so many times that you're going to be tired of it. And you're going to start doing what they're talking about in that video. That is a video I made a couple of weeks ago. With it's like my tribute to Musashi, which is my mentor in life. So if anybody wonders where I get all my ideas from, it's probably from that guy. You know, at least he's one of them, and there's not many on that list. So it sound good? Can everybody hear me fine? And homemade soda, huh? Yeah, that's what we do. 5x5. So, yeah. Today is going to be about peace, because when you go down this lonely road that it is, which is the Dokudo from Musashi. The Dokudo means the art of walking alone. And that's basically what you do. Wait a minute, let's see if he's fucking with me. That is basically what you do when you go on this path. You choose or you accept that you're probably going to walk this path alone. We are lucky to pick up people on the other side, but there will be a moment where you choose to be better than your surroundings, where your surroundings will, well, they will shy away from you. And that's not only the truth part, it's also the knowledge part, because you do seek more knowledge when you're trying to do better. And there will be a knowledge gap between your surroundings and yourself. I'm not sitting here saying I'm the smartest man in the world, but in the last 10 years, I have become, exponentially smarter than I was. So that is something that happens, and a natural thing in this world is people will try to pull you down. And if they can pull you down, then they will shy away from you, and that's part of nature. So when you choose to go down a path of improvement every day, you will start to see the difference between you and your surroundings. Because let's face it, you've been in those surroundings for a long time, and the only reason it worked was because you were all standing still, and all of a sudden you choose to move, but everybody's still standing still, and that's going to create a gap between you and the rest of the people around you. It's natural, and it happens to everybody. And I like to bring up movie quotes. It's not your fault, you're not wrong. The only place you can be wrong in that equation is if you try to apply where you are at in life onto the people around you. So my advice on the flip side, because I feel like I've come through that now. I accept that there's a gap between me and other people. I accept we are different. I've started to learn how to see what people I can use and what people I can't use. And the moment you accept that these people are not moving and you are moving in a certain direction, or they even maybe moving in the opposite direction, you gotta let go. You just have to let go. And that can be a lonely path, but I'm telling you right here now, it will get better. You will meet new people, because that's what it's all about. That's why you were stuck in that group you were in before, because everybody wanted the same thing. They were going in the same direction as you, and all of a sudden you chose to change your direction. And but as any other road, there wouldn't be a road if there wasn't anybody there to follow you. So don't despair. You might lose all your friends, family, but you will pick up new ones along the way. And you might lose those too, but that is the part of it. And that's the art of walking alone. So anybody who hasn't read it, read the 21 Principles of the Dokudo, written by Miyamoto Musashi. And that will explain how you can walk this path alone. So today I want to talk about peace, because that's a big part of it. When you're in this turmoil, or when you're changing rapidly, you not only have to deal with other people's handling of your situation, you also need to deal with yourself. And that can be one of the hardest parts of this journey, because a part of you will be stuck at who you used to be, but it will get lesser and lesser and lesser, and at some point you will be able to be alone with yourself. There was once a famous guy, I forgot his name right now, but he said, you cannot be alone. You cannot be lonely if you love the person you're alone with. And I kind of live by that quote. If you like yourself, it's much easier to be alone. But if you don't like yourself, oh my God, you want to distance yourself from that guy as much as possible. So it's all about getting acquainted and get familiar and get peaceful with that guy inside of you, or girl, whatever. And to that notion comes the peace. Now you're able to create peace, because think of it. If you can't be alone with yourself, when are you ever gonna get peace? Truly peace, and that's what it's about. So I'm gonna play the video we released yesterday. It kind of ties into this. It's about a polar bear that works his ass off and think he's achieving a shitload of things, and all of a sudden it realizes that it wants something else, and it goes back to wilderness, and voila, he finds peace. And so yeah, today's music is made by Bossachino and myself, and yeah, I think it fits really good to this conversation. So we're just gonna do it.
Never need talk consumption and poison with greed. Made you dependent and instilled with fear, so you don't fight back when your rights disappear. They got you distracted with digital fun. Talk of victimhood, so you'll give up your gun. Made defenseless and filled with blue pills, so dragged off your mind and can't run for them hills. Are you ready? Are you adaptable? Because it's coming and it will change They gave you all every reason to hate. Talk of repetition and victimized debate made you defensive and triggered by words. So you group for comfort like small flocks of birds. They got you reactive with doom and gloom. Talk of submissiveness so you'll stay in your room. Made so friendless and filled with self-doubt. So drive for an answer, can't help but scream and shout. Are you ready? Are you adaptable? Because it's coming, and it will change us all. Can't hide from the future, it's always round the bend. Are your hands steady? Are you shakeable? Because you're finding loneliness can make you fall. Can't lose all your friends. Best ones are there till the end.
And there we go. So yeah, that ties in perfectly, word for word, directly from the wordsmith, Bassicino. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I spent a lot of time on this one because doing the video was kind of new to me. So yeah. But all in all, it turned out nicely, and so far we are in a good rhythm right now. They're kind of pumping one out every week. Around every week, we get a new song out, a new track out, and now also with the visuals. So that's a new thing. So yeah, today we're going to talk about peace. I kind of got this idea when I was sitting at the water today. I was at the beach and I felt peaceful. And I told myself, man, I couldn't do this 5 years ago or even 3 years ago. Because I was not in one with myself. I did not like to be alone with myself. I didn't like the thoughts that crept in my mind, and these days, I'm able to lay that all away. I'm not perfect. I'm not near perfect, but I'm at a place now where I'm satisfied with myself, and and I'm pretty proud of what I've become and how much I move myself. So you have to be able to say that to yourself as well, but that's a different one. The next week, I already decided it's gonna be about confidence, because that is the next big thing. But in order to have confidence in yourself, you need to rely on yourself, and you need to be happy with the version you've become, and there's no perfect thing in this world. This guy inside your head, he's not perfect, and I'm not perfect. And my path is not perfect. The only thing that matters is whether we are perfect for each other, So, yeah. And when that comes together, the Holy Trinity, you, yourself, and your surroundings, that's basically it, Body, mind, and spirit. When all that shit comes together, you can create peace. Now you're able to take time out and just experience true peace as it should be. And I can do that now. I went to the beach today and I sat down literally for 3 minutes, and every thought I had in my head just disappeared immediately. and it's a wonderful feeling. It's not like meditation. I'm still very much conscious. I'm very much looking at everything around me, but all that brain fog just goes away, and you just enjoy what's in front of you. So yeah, that is kind of the message of today. If you want, it's kind of like when you have that, you can share it, but you have to have it to share it, and you have to have enough. When you get to that point, you can start implementing that in your surroundings. I'm not saying go around and tell people to go home and look in the mirror. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you can be a beacon. You can stand tall, and you can show them that kind of feeling. They might not understand what it is, but all you want them to think is, I don't know what that guy's doing right now, but I want some. If you can make people feel that way, then your job is done. Either they're going to ask you or they're going to search for it. So be a beacon in your everyday surroundings, but in order to do that, you need to find peace. And in order to find peace, you have to find yourself and be comfortable with who you are. So it all goes hand in hand with everything I've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So if you have no idea, you're new, and because we have some lurkers today, I guess, but if you're new to this channel, this is what I speak about. And I don't care about the nonsense. I used to, but no more. It's different now. So, but if I'm just gonna throw it out there, the link. So I'm ready to talk to anybody who wants to talk. I take questions in chat as well, and anything is on the table. What am I doing here? That was not right. Well, they just made it different, didn't they? There we go. So I've started to noticing a thing. So I don't know how many was here when the stream started. It started like 10 minutes to 10 today because I showed the Musashi thing. If any of you were here 10 minutes to 10 my time, please let me know, because it seems now there's a trend. Every time I start a live, or every time I upload something, I have 4 viewers the second I put it on. So every live thing I do starts with 4 viewers, and then it drops down to 2, and all I see is usually Annette and Bossicino. So I'd like to know if there were 2 other people here when we started. Otherwise, we have somebody just dropping in to see what I'm talking about, and that would be all right. I just want to know. So, yeah, I hope you have found that kind of peace. It's new to me, but you might experience it. I had it back in the day. I had a period where I traveled the world, and I had it there, but it was in a different way. I was still living a stressful life, but I did find that peace inside of myself. I just never got both, and that's what I'm saying. The moment you got both kind of peace, the peace inside and the peace from your surroundings, you can actually think up a lot of wonderful things. That's basically what I do whenever something stops. I had a couple of times where I was making either music or my jiu-jitsu or something, and I kind of run sour in it, and voila, a quick trip to the park, walking around in the trees, it kind of cures that. You know, when I come home, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I could do this and I could do that, and um, it just seems to work. Empty your mind once in a while, and it's great. Good to hear that, Dean. Yeah, yeah, it does, doesn't it? You see it? It does annoy your surroundings, probably because they can't get it. I don't think it's all conscious that they get annoyed about it, but they certainly do. You know, it is kind of a envy, a kind of jealous thing. You know, they see a feeling in you that they can't replicate. You know, and yeah, why are you the chosen one? Probably because you did the work. You know, and that's what people don't get these days, and that's what I tell people when they say you feel a lot better, you know, and you seem so peaceful and you seem so calm, and how do you do it, you know? The answer is I work hard at it every single day. It's not something you just achieve and then you go, hey, I did it, and it will be there for the rest of your life. No, it's a muscle. It needs to be trained. Otherwise, it will go away. You're living in a multi-billion, no, trillion-dollar propaganda machine out there. And the moment you don't focus on that every single day, you know, it will go away. You will be overwhelmed by the system. It's that powerful, you know. So the moment you lose sight on it, I can feel it. You know, when I was at the States last time, I had a tremendous time. It was awesome, but I felt it right away when I came home. Oh shit, I need to get back to work because it was starting to get to me, you know. So always remember, it's not a war, you know. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. You have to make it a part of your journey, not your destination. Don't obtain peace so you can say, I did it. You know, when you got peace, that's why you work at it every single day and just keep it. Yeah. So, what can we do with this peace? Well, we can do a lot of good things. You know, it gives you surplus to do whatever you want, really. So it's all about using it at what you thought once upon a time that you couldn't do. That's how I see it. You know, I kind of started martial arts the same time as I started this journey. It was 10 years ago. I remember it clearly. December 2015 was the month in my life where I said, you know what? I want more. I'll be better than this. I want to be the best version I can reach within the years I have left. 2015 was the year. It's 10 years ago. And right away, I just used that focus to join something I always wanted. I always wanted to do martial arts. I did a little boxing when I was younger, you know, but I wanted something substantial. So that's what I did. And the reason I did that, because I used to play soccer. I could just keep playing soccer, but I wanted something where I could develop myself with only myself. I could go alone on this one. You know, a team sport is not the right choice if you want to develop yourself as a person, because if you play a team sport, the team comes first. And I wanted something where I didn't have to rely on other people. I've come to do that anyway, but it's very important that when you set out on this journey, you tell yourself, this is my journey. You know, I don't expect anything. I don't expect anybody to follow me, but I'm going to take this journey to the end. So, hey there. Hey there, Vivi. Good to see you. That's exactly it. You know, and there's a lot out there. You know, that's not only within this little pocket that I found. It's everything. Everybody wants everything, but nobody wants to do the work. You know, I have people coming into the gym. You know, they've been doing a couple of years of Muay Thai or whatever. They come into the gym and say, "We want to be, we want to be MMA fighters. We want to be in the UFC. That's our dream." And I say, "Cool." And we train, and I say, "See you tomorrow." And they're like, "What?" I was thinking about coming Tuesday and Thursday. I said, "No. If you want to be a fighter, then you come at least 4 times a week." So, and that scares many people away. They're like, they wanna get in there. They want to get their hand raised. They want to be recognized, but nobody wants to do the work. You know, even even the fighters. I manage some fighters too. Even those guys sometimes just try to jump over where the fence is the lowest. You know, and you have to kind of grab them by the neck and say, "Hey, if you want this, you do the work." You know, and that's what it's all about: being willing to do the work and come to a point where it's not work, it's just everyday life. You know, that's the hard part, making it so applicable to your daily routines that you can actually do it without making a fuss about it, without having this thought when you're on the way home from work, "Oh shit, I gotta go training. I don't really want to today." You know, it's like, yeah, so, oh shit, the bus is 10 minutes late. Okay, it's fine. I'll get there. But you never quit. You just gotta be natural. Like Musashi says, it's gotta be natural. You gotta breathe that shit. It's gotta be as much part of you as breathing, you know. And it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't have to be a sport of any kind. I don't care if you cook or you knit or play chess. Oh, yeah, I did call chess for non-sport. Yeah, but you get what I'm saying. It works with everything you want in life. You know, if you wanna travel the world, do that. You know, you can use it, the peace inside of you to do that, because it's all about trusting yourself. You know, so yeah, seems like no one is joining today. That's fine. So, but you know, if you're not joining, the show will just be shorter. I'm just saying, because I will run out of shit to say at some point. Yeah, especially today, because I didn't actually plan anything other than, you know what, I feel this piece. I want to talk about it. So, but yeah, all the good people are here, and for some weird reason, I have a couple of lurkers. That's always starts on my streams, and yeah, it's funny because I haven't said anything controversial, you know, for a long time. So I don't know why, but yeah, Annette popped in.
Hi,
Hey
Brian.
there, Annette. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, as you can hear.
You are. I'm glad you got to spend some time out by the ocean. That was a wonderful way to
Yeah,
decompress.
I do that too little because it's 5 miles that way.
Mm,
I can actually go whenever I want. You
yeah.
know, today I walked out there. It took me like the most of an hour. You know, and I did take the bus home, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the ocean. I just walked the whole way to the ocean.
No,
It was a good trip. Yeah.
yeah. Makes up for skipping that workout.
Well, I didn't skip it. I exchanged it for something else, and
That's
you
right.
enjoyed it. So it was a conscious choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yep.
And that's another thing, when you get to this point, I'm now I can bargain with myself,
Yeah.
because we are on the same page, me and my subconscious. We at the same we want the same thing,
Excellent.
and sometimes you have to convince your subconscious that it's not the best thing to go train today, and your subconscious say, yeah, well, then you have to do something else productive, you know
Yeah.
and then you find something.
Yep. I agree.
How are you?
I'm good. I had an enjoyable afternoon hanging out with the neighborhood kids.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, I really enjoy spending time. That's one of my ways of finding peace is just spending time with
Yep.
the kids outside and doing bonfires with them or carving pumpkins, whatever it is.
Yep.
But yeah, that was nice.
You got to
Those
learn
kids,
to do that to yourself, Annette.
what'd you say?
You got to learn to do that to yourself.
Oh, I do. I know how to treat myself well. I do that.
Yep.
And I have no problem actually spending time with myself. I was thinking about that when you were talking about it. For first 9 years of my life, I didn't have a sibling, so I spent my childhood a lot of time in solitude, and so I'm well equipped on how to entertain myself, how to make myself do something rather than sitting on the screen maybe too long or well
Yeah.
before
Just treat
before
yourself
the
good.
days.
That's what I was
Yeah.
talking about. You treat everybody around you good all the time. You need sometimes to just direct that on yourself.
True. I am always the last on the
Yeah.
list to take care of myself. I do that.
You said
But that's
everybody
because
else before
I get
yourself.
joy out of seeing other people happy. Really brings me a lot of joy. So
Yeah.
some of it's there. But yeah, no, I do. I treat myself to bonfires, good dinners, out in nature.
Yeah.
Uh,
And that's another thing, that people don't understand now, because I enjoy that, like I did today, go to the beach. But
mhm,
nobody called me today. But at some point, people call me and they say, "Oh, you want to go do this?" And I say, "No, no, not today." "Oh, you have
mhm,
something more important to do?" "Yeah, I'm going to the beach and going to sit on the bench." And they're
mhm.
like, "What?" That's more important, It's like, yeah, but
Yep,
that's the way
yep,
it is. I can lie to you, but actually, I do want to go to the bench on the beach. So,
yeah. And
yeah,
I can relate to when you start focusing on yourself. It is a lonelier path. I saw that. It's kind of funny. You started your journey about 2015. You said it was 2016 when I had
yeah,
major life changes that made me start focusing more on myself. Because, yeah, when you don't have the courage to make those choices, those changes too, sometimes the universe will do that for you. So for me, that looked like getting fired from the job that I loved and was at for over 10 years. And um, I needed that humbling experience, but I also needed that time because I was miserable. I didn't want to be doing that. And I didn't know how to make the changes without getting
yeah,
a really big kick in the butt. So, um, but it was also not only going through that and becoming a massage therapist, but that was the time when I actually started my detoxing journey with wanting to change myself physically because I was at 180 pounds, I think almost. Um, Miserable, depressed, anxiety, uh, skin issues, hair issues, um, and just being overweight, not having energy and stuff. And that came from being in a stressful job that I worked 60 hours a week, and being a single mom.
yeah,
There was a bunch of reasons why I let myself go to hell. But getting fired from my job gave me the opportunity to direct that focus towards me for a good significant amount of time. And when I started losing weight and changing myself physically, I lost a lot of my girlfriends. Now, I was in pool league. I used to shoot 8-ball pool, and for 18 years. And for a majority of those years, I was captain of our team, and really enjoyed really enjoyed the camaraderie, the competition, all aspects of it. But those gals, once they saw me making these changes, not only physically, but actually spiritually more so, even though I was already a spiritual person on that path, that just goes hand in hand. When you fix yourself physically, you also fix yourself spiritually and mentally, and you're not in the same frame of mind as people that are just drinking every day, or
Yeah.
I don't know, so
And it's a circle. It's a circle. The better you get, the worse those surroundings are gonna look, and the more
yeah,
you want to be,
the less,
you know.
yep, the less appealing it was to me, and the less appealing I was to them. And
Yeah.
out of 9 of those girls, one of them died, but and then I only have one left. And it was like, wow. It was pretty
We
shocking.
all tried at some
You
point
know?
to be at a party and be the only sober guy there. And you're like, man, it used to be fun, but when you're sober, everybody around
Well,
you is an idiot all of a sudden.
I worked as a bartender too, so I know that experience and how to deal with
Yeah.
it. But when you have to deal with it on your time off as well, then it's
Well,
a
well, what
24-hour/7 thing, you know.
what makes it
It's
hard is that it's your friends. It's not
That's
strangers.
it. Right, right,
It's your
exactly.
friends and your families that you're
Yeah,
experiencing this with, and maybe
yeah.
your good neighbors and stuff like that. All of a sudden, it's not
Oh, yeah,
just something you that's not part of your life. Now it's too close. And
yeah.
that is hard. That's the hard part. And that's why you want sometimes you wanna what do you call it? Be the middle guy between that.
Or,
You know where you're supposed to go, but you kind of want to be here too. So you kind of choose some weird path in
well,
the middle, you know?
yeah, for a while you flutter in between.
Yeah.
You try to be a little bit of who they remember you as.
Yeah.
For a while you're hanging out with them, and then for a while you just know that you can't be that person
Absolutely.
anymore. And
Yeah.
then pretty much 2020 then was like the breaking of all of that. Then
Yeah.
whatever little embers of friendships were left, really the divide got big in between my own family as well. I mean, my own parents, I went through 3 or 4 years without seeing any physical contact with them, and very little phone contact because of that nonsense. Well, that had a long history of stuff, but that was kind of like just another nail in the coffin. And it was
Well,
so
well,
many other
if you
friendships
look,
as
if
well.
you see what's happened since, they've been dividing us every 6 months. There's been something new to divide everybody on. So you kind of have to see it this way. If it wasn't that, it would have been something else down the road because
Mm.
they just
Yep,
amped it up. And I think it
yep.
was around that a lot of people woke up around 2015. I think from 13 to 18 is those 5 years. Everybody I talked to had some kind of epiphany within those 5 years.
Mhm.
And a lot of people
I have
changed
to
and a
agree.
lot didn't.
Yep. Yeah.
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 Seems like something happened. And I can't stop wondering about the Mayan calendar that was supposed to end in 2012, right? So
Right. Yeah.
might be
Yeah.
something to it.
It was a few years before that I was, well, with that whole Mayan calendar thing, about 2 or 3 years before that, I started reading books about it, and it was just now coming on the airwaves of YouTube and stuff. oh, the Mayan calendar's ending. And then, I went and sat out on an Indian mound at that solstice on 2012, that December, and was so ready for something spectacular to happen. And really, it was the beginning, like you said, of an internal process. Everybody was waiting for this great external event to happen. And it was just the
Yeah,
slow.
but I think, like you said, you have a significant turnaround in your life, because I had that too. In 2015, I got hurt. I was playing soccer back then, and I got hurt real bad. I was in the bed for 6-8 weeks or something like that. And that's why it happened to me. So I think maybe I don't know, in that time period, there was a veil lifted from this thing we're living on, this realm, and when that got lifted, you need to recognize it. And I think when something traumatic or something that makes you stop and think, makes you realize that you need to do better. But you have to have something that stops you in your tracks, because you've been going for 40 years nonstop this way, and all of a sudden, everything is dragging you in the opposite direction, and now you're stressful because you are fighting that. But the moment you sit down, you realize, hey, shit, I don't want to go that way. I want to go that way,
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And it was a time to a test of believing in myself, because nobody was going along with the way I wanted to make changes in my life. So, yeah, it was kind of like the precursor to 2020 for sure, because it was much easier to walk that path alone again, having already done it 10 years before. It was kind of like, oh yeah, I've been here before. I can do this. I can walk into this store and not wear a mask and show the way. Ma'am, do you need that? No, thank you. Yeah.
Why? Because I'm not an idiot.
And
well,
the best thing that happened to one time in Walmart, I walked in, and of course they're offering me a mask as I walk in, and I politely decline and just keep walking. And I go to the dog food aisle, and because that's all I want. I have to get the dog food, and I'm getting straight out of there. And so I'm in there, I'm walking down the aisle, and then there's a guy that's probably in my generation, of my age, and he's wearing one. And he stops and looks at me, and I look at him, we're making eye contact, and he goes, "Don't you have to wear one of these?" And I'm like, "I'm not sick. Why would I wear one of those?" He's like, "Well, because they're making you wear one when you come into stores." And I'm like, "No, they're not making you wear one. They're offering it to you." And I politely said, "No, thank you." I said, "I don't feel the need to harm my health just to make somebody else feel safe. If you're sick, your ass should be at home." But I'm allowed to come to the store. I'm not sick. So he was like, "You're right." And he took his mask off. And that was so fucking such a winning moment for me, that it was like, he was like, "You're right." He's like, "I'm not sick. And you're right. If somebody's sick, they should be the one at home and taking precautions." I'm like, "You're right. It's mandates are not laws, buddy. You have to realize that this is not a law. It's called a mandate. And so you have to treat it like that. It's a mandate. Say no, thank you." I meant it as a
yeah,
joke.
of course. I started out, being a dick. That's how that was the space I was in at that time where COVID hit. So when people ask me, I was like, "No, of course I don't do that. I'm not stupid." Only that's for idiots. And I was a kind of a dick about it. And then later on, I kind of changed my tune in 21. I was, you know what? I don't have to be a dick. I can just say no. I don't have to be a dick about it. So
I was like,
I started instead.
I saw you were making your own t-shirts during that time. And I didn't
Yeah.
make my own t-shirts, but I have a buddy that owns a t-shirt shop. And so I was just giving him my sayings, and oh my God, I had a t-shirt for every day of the week that had something to say. So yeah, I was in that
Mm.
rebellious, yeah, oh yeah,
Well,
goodness.
I found out the teacher what better. You kind of skip the confrontation. They're
Yeah.
kind of looking at you. You're not wearing a mask, and then they look at your shirt and they're like, "Oh yeah, I better not go there." He's seems like
Yeah,
he made
yeah.
up his mind. He got it on
Oh,
the
I
fucking
would think
t-shirt.
some of them were. I didn't try to be insulting, but I would try to be, poignant about things. But and at the time too, with the George Floyd nonsense, I had one shirt that said, "Porn lives matter. Just ask me." So I was always had something to say about something on a T-shirt. But yeah, you after you walk the path by yourself enough times, it gets comfortable, you know. And I, like
Yeah.
I said, I think,
Is that me you're talking about, Katina Birdcage? I can definitely say that I have not that feeling. I like everybody. That's just who I am. You know.
I can testify to that.
Yeah. Why? Why are you saying that I don't like you? Where did you get that notion? Hey there, so much, Jake. Mm.
Hi, Cat and
Ah,
Birdcage. How are you? Come on up and join the conversation.
yeah, yeah. Everybody's welcome.
Yeah, but yeah, let's bring back maybe going back to ways to bring peace. It's nice to just take a few moments at the end of your day too uh to think about something to be grateful for. I noticed
Mm.
once I made that a regular practice in my life, finding a moment every day to say I'm thankful for something really makes a difference. And even if it's the smallest thing,
Yeah.
you can have the crappiest day, and you're really going to have to pick something like, I'm just glad the cat didn't puke on my fucking bed today. Whatever.
Yeah.
You find something so small, or just, it's easy when you I don't know, when you just have happy moments like
Yeah.
spending time with
I have
neighborhood
the same
children.
moment. It's just different for me. It's not. I don't say well whether I'm something I'm thankful for, but I have this moment every day, especially in the evening, is before I go to bed, where I kind of evaluate the day, and my
Mm,
own actions during the day. I visualize what I did wrong and what I did good that day, and if I did good, I compliment myself. I say, you know what, Brian, you did all right today. It was fine. You did good. And if I did something bad, I don't say, oh, I suck. Instead, I
mm.
say, you know what? That was not good enough. I have to do better tomorrow. You know, so I kind
I
of
like
just evaluate everything I've been through.
Yeah, I like to say when I know better, I do better. I'm not beating myself up for that last bad
No,
action. I'm just saying, no, no, now that I know better, I'm going to do better.
yeah. And you don't have to be perfect. Just do a little better. That's what I tell myself. Today was not good enough. Tomorrow I need to be better. And
Yeah.
tomorrow comes or the next week, and I'm still not good enough. But then I tell myself again, you know what? I have to do better. And at some point, it will be good enough if you just keep focusing and being a step better than you were, So
Yep.
Rome wasn't built in one day, right?
No, no. And yeah, and like you said, try to not do too much at one time. When you get
We got extra.
you're like, I gotta fix myself physically, I gotta fix myself mentally and do it. And when you, oh, good. Hey,
Yep.
good.
There's a jazz coming out. Is
He's
that
in there
dude? Are you in the garage?
He looked like he was in a raindrop.
If he's in the garage, it kind of fucks with his signal. So yeah, he might be back.
But yeah, good ways to ground
yeah.
yourself. Salt baths,
Yeah,
barefoot out in the yard.
and not only you have to do the opposite too. It's a yin and a yang. Sometimes you need to ground yourself. Sometimes you need to elevate yourself. It's all about keeping that balance, keeping you in a straight line.
Mm.
Sometimes you're drifting left, sometimes you're drifting right, and you need to correct yourself.
Is he coming back on?
I don't know. He might.
So I've been really enjoying the music. You guys are doing an awesome job on putting words and with real meaning and so poignant to what's going on today too. We are so distracted by our phones and our the clock and our jobs and everything, and it's
Everything.
easy to everything. Yeah.
Oh, he's back. Let's see if it works. Hey, brother. Bye, brother. Are you at the In-N-Out Burgers? Yeah. But yeah, I think it's very important to just feel where you're going and how you can navigate the situation in everyday life. I think we have a tendency to be caught up in stuff, along the way, and we get distracted. And yeah, if you're not comfortable with the direction you're going in, it's much easier to get pulled off track,
Mm-hmm. It's good
But
to
if
have
you have a
both.
clear purpose, something you want to obtain, somewhere you want to go, it will be much harder to pull you off that path. But in the process, you'll lose a lot of good people. That's a part of it.
Yeah. But like you said, it opens the space for new people to come in. And so,
Yeah.
although I lost Pool League and I don't play that anymore, it's actually turned out to be an okay thing because I don't like drinking alcohol anymore. So, and I don't know, it wouldn't even suit me anymore. Oh, puppy dog.
Oh, who is that?
This is how I've been
Oh my-
finding my peace for the last week.
Oh my God, that is so
Oh,
gorgeous.
This is Franklin. Or
Oh.
Frankie.
Where did you get Franklin from?
Oh, down the street.
Down
a
the
new
street.
addition to the family.
What are you doing? What are you doing? He's 9 weeks. And you
Oh,
can see the size
can't
of those
hear me.
paws.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
He gonna be a big boy.
that is so cute.
Yeah.
He's a Pyrenees. Crap. No, I can't remember his mix. Anatolian.
Look at those ears.
Pyrenees
too.
Anatolian Shepherd mix.
Holy smokes.
And he's a good boy. He's a little fluff ball.
Oh, it is adorable, Josh.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, we're doing
Really
good,
good.
Josh.
Excellent.
How about you?
We're just sitting here
Hanging in there.
talking.
Talking.
Are you
Doing
still,
some
How's
talking.
life?
Chitty chatting.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty decent.
still
Freaking
harvesting? And
work was retarded this week. Harvesting nothing.
Not mine too,
I
so-
barely had a garden this year. This garden this year was terrible, and that I hate to say.
oh,
Gotten a few tomatoes, but it's just been. I focused too much on trying to get the basement finished and didn't focus anything on my garden,
well, that was
Right on.
important.
and so
That's
and I
important.
didn't get either done. So there you go. That's what happens, right, when you split yourself.
Mm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but look at this freaking peach tree still, Brian. It's still rocking like crazy. Like, shit.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
It's just like we got 2 peaches off of it. But,
Yeah.
you know.
It seems a little off. It doesn't fit Colorado, does it?
Eh, what do you do?
Even though Colorado is actually green this year, it still stands out.
Oh yeah, it definitely stands out. It's a big, beautiful tree. It's a
Yeah.
big, beautiful tree, and that's for sure. But
I never realized how desert like Colorado was until I started seeing your place.
yeah, we do what we can out here.
It's awesome. I would like a place like that.
It's crazy
Yeah,
to see it from
I
when I
would
first
be-
moved to where I'm at to like now, to look back
Yeah.
at how barren it actually was in the immediate vicinity of my house and stuff, and what I've actually been able to get to grow. It's kind of cool.
Wow. That is.
I imported dandelions, and they're like taking off. It's freaking awesome.
Oh, cool.
You imported dandelions?
Well, I didn't have any, and do you know how good dandelions are? Not only for
Oh, I know.
nutrition, detoxification health, but also soil health.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Like-
it just sounds weird for a Danish guy because it's weed in my country.
It's a weed here too, Brian. But we
Too,
didn't
yeah.
have them. We didn't have any at my house, so I had to bring them out here. So I went to a buddy's
Yeah.
house one time, and he had like this whole little patch that was just gone to seed. I was like, "Hey, do you mind if I grab some?" He's like, "Just take them all." Okay. I grabbed a shitload of seeds, and I got home, and I went, "Whee!" And I have
Yeah,
dandelions
dandelion
growing
is-
everywhere. It's
It's
freaking
great,
awesome.
And
Yep.
you can if we have a lot of grass in Denmark, and
Uh-huh.
those with the dandelions in, it's much more sturdier than any other grass lane you can find. So
Oh, yeah.
even though you're not using it for anything, it just makes your soil and your ground that much better.
Well, it's nitrogen fixing, and the deep tap roots help break up the soil.
And now's the time to harvest your dandelion root. Now is the time of year to do that,
Right, right.
to make your tea. for
If they're big
wintertime.
enough. Otherwise, it's a
Yeah.
fuss.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why
if they
you
get
gotta
too
let
big,
them
they
grow.
hold on pretty tight.
I've had good luck growing them in my horse trough. I let them grow there, and then they pull out really easy, and they grow really long.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. When I grew up, I grew up in a rabbit farm in the middle of the forest, and we had a lot of dandelions. And sometimes we always fed them dandelions, and sometimes we got a lot of salad home from the market, leftovers. And when we
Mhm.
threw that in the cage, they wouldn't eat shit. Then we threw the dandelions in there, and they started eating. They didn't want the salad because they've been eating dandelions for their entire life.
That's funny.
So even the rabbits know that it's better.
Hello.
Yep. Have
Yeah,
you
we
tried to
tried-
make the fake coffee out of them?
Sorry, getting a package,
The
guys.
dandelion.
No.
It's rare to get a package to my door because usually the gate's closed. So you're Annette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
ADD, ADOS going off over here. June 19th through the 21st. The date's been set.
Oh, okay. Awesome. June 19th. I'm coming.
You hear me, Brian?
It's
Yep.
happening.
Yeah, I'm coming. I promised Annette if she's going, I'm going. So.
And I'm going. I'm
So-
driving the truck out there.
We're definitely coming. Yeah. Yeah, I got
Oh,
the
yeah.
date. I already started working a little on the video, so yeah, I'm gonna get you something real nice.
Well, just tell me what you need me to help with, dude.
everything you
know.
want in it.
I have no
Just
idea.
what you want in
That's
it.
the problem.
Okay. Then I do the whole thing.
Uh,
And then I pitch it to you, and you can tell me what's wrong with it, and I do the whole thing
there's
again.
I'm sure there's not going to be anything wrong, Brian. Good grief. I appreciate your help, sir.
So yeah. I'm in that process right now. So
I appreciate
You're
it
quite
very,
the
very
video
much, sir.
producer.
right now I am on the quest of learning how to do the visuals. So
Well, I think you're doing a pretty decent job.
Oh,
If I do say so
right?
myself.
yeah, so far it's decent, but I want to get
Yeah.
better.
Well, I mean, everyone can always be better, right? But you gotta
Yeah.
start somewhere.
It's the first
say
one
you
I really
started
made.
pretty
The first
decent.
really made video I made. So every learning curve is hard at start.
I'd say you're doing okay there, sir.
Thank you.
And you guys are ahead of the curve on this AI music. I mean, so many people are just now starting to dip their toe in it, and so many people are offended by it. But they if they would just take a moment to realize, like you said, it's not just, oh, look, I put a few words in, and the computer magically generated this for me. Yeah,
Well, it will.
it's good that
It won't be perfect. You need to do it better. You need to make it better. So
but it's not
Well,
going to
it's
spit the
definitely-
music out and the words and everything all at once. So, I mean, it's a process of layering different modalities together. Technique, I guess modality is not the right word, whatever your systems are.
here, Josh, I made this one. This is the opening scene of Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
If you need more sunsets and sunrises, I've got a bunch right now.
Yep. I got one myself. So
You're making a promo,
I'm-
Brian? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
asked
at
Brian
some
to help me
point.
out, make a promo for Jam in the Plane,
Oh, wonderful.
so that I can hopefully advertise it a little better.
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna stick
Yeah,
that everywhere.
I want to spend a good 10 days, 2 weeks out there because I want to explore Colorado Springs and see where I was born. And
Nice, dude.
yeah,
Well, let me know how I can help facilitate that.
I will. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know a perfect spot in the mountains, I found a mountain top. That's pretty cool.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous to go hiking with you, Brian, but
Why? It turns out
I will
fine every
trust you.
time.
you do, it does. So goes against every
Yeah.
grain in my mind, and to just be like, oh, drop me off here, and I'm gonna walk way over there, and yeah, I'll figure out how to get
Yeah.
back to where we started or where we're going. Or
Yeah, I gave him a GPS. Come on now, I didn't just throw him out there.
thank
No.
He
God.
wanted me to.
Uh,
He wanted me to. He was like,
That's
I
what I
got
mean.
this. I'm like, Brian, Brian, Brian.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't
bring a
care what you
fucking
think you
GPS.
got. I
Are you
don't care what
crazy?
you fucking think you
Defeats
got.
the whole purpose.
You're gonna take this and you're gonna love me later, okay? And guess what? He came back. He's
I,
like, oh,
I,
Josh, I'm glad I had that.
I
Thanks for
changed my
that was
mind
really
on
awesome.
that's for sure. Yeah.
Thank God, Josh.
The thing, because I didn't use it for the first half of the day, at all. And I spent a lot of energy going up and down those valleys and tops, and all of a
Bridges
sudden
and shit. Yeah.
I took there's a lot of ridges, you're kind of going up and down all in the same time of 100 yards or something like that, And
Yep.
then I put the GPS out and I figured out, you know what? I got heights on this. I can just make a route so I walk in the same height all the way where I want to go. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah, the
sir.
I don't
elevator.
have to go up and down all the time.
Nice.
But I might not have that experience if I started the journey with the GPS in my hand, So I like the learning
That's
curve.
true.
I learned my way.
However, had you not had it with you, you would have never had the experience either.
Well, yeah, that's true too, But I probably wouldn't have gotten as far as I did, I would be really beat.
Well, that's maybe
know.
true.
Yeah.
Something I was thinking about trying while I was out there would be skydiving,
Ooh.
right?
I never understood the word skydiving. It's like you're not diving up, you're ground diving.
You're floor diving.
I know.
So
I don't know. The
actually,
hope
Josh,
is that you don't hit the floor. So
Josh, so actually, if you could hook me up with skydiving
oh, there's a place
company
down in
your
down in Canyon City, not
okay.
too far away.
What do you
Penrose,
need for it?
Canyon
Do you
City.
need some kind of certificate?
No,
No,
usually it's all in one day training.
the first time you go, they're gonna make you jump tandem. Well, and they're also
Yeah.
gonna make you jump tandem. They're not gonna let you go
Right.
solo.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
So,
just
It's
go.
not like that here, Here
You
you need a
sign your
3-week
life
course
away.
in order to jump.
Oh no!
yeah, you
Here
sign your life away and then you go.
you just sign
Yeah,
your life
just sign the
away.
waiver.
You sit, yes, sign a waiver. Listen to
Pretty
a
much.
lecture, and then you strap on to somebody else, and then you jump out of the plane with
Yeah,
somebody
you
else.
love your waivers.
Two for one.
I didn't. There was not one gym in this whole country, the whole of US, where I didn't have to sign a waiver just walking in the door.
Right.
That's the first thing. Hey man, I'm from out of town. I'd like to do some training today. Yeah, sure. You're welcome, sir. Here's a waiver.
Sign the waiver.
That's the first thing. Not what are you doing? What are you here for? Or anything. It's like, yeah, just sign the waiver.
We'll let you do whatever you want. Just sign the waiver.
And when you come from abroad where waivers is not a thing, you're kind of like, okay, what's going on in here? You were a little too fast with that one.
Well, we're the land of two happy people. People can get a cup of coffee from McDonald's and it's too hot, and then it's $1 million lawsuit. So retarded.
Yeah.
So yeah, are you up for jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, Brian?
I'm always. Yeah,
All right,
it's
good.
adventure. I'm always up for adventure. Always. You know, my issue with it is it's probably too damn expensive.
Probably a couple
Oh,
hundred
man.
bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably only
I can
here.
walk up the mountain and jump myself. So
Yeah.
my logical
never
mind would say,
easy.
you know what? I'm not spending thousands of dollars jumping from a plane. I'm
Like I
just
said,
going
it's
to do
probably
base
like a
diving.
couple hundred. It's probably a
Yeah,
couple of hundred, dude.
Yeah. And it's
Okay,
so funny
that's
because I
fine.
have the
That's
exact opposite mindset. When I want to be like, do something, like cost is like the last thing on my mind. It's like, I don't care. If it's something I want to do, it's like, I don't care what it costs. It's all fucking paper,
Within
fancy.
reason.
It's fucking paper
I
money,
mean,
yeah.
right?
yes, but
Yeah.
no.
A couple of
I
hundred
mean,
bucks is not, is nothing.
unfortunately,
You know?
that toilet paper money pays my bills and shit.
I know.
Yeah.
But I've always, if it was always important enough for me, I would say fuck paying the bills and do
I
the
gave
fun
you
stuff.
one.
That's just the way I lived for a lot of years. And they
You-
get paid eventually.
When you
Now
need
they're
it for
all paid off and they don't have them.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people are not in that.
But yeah, Sky. Is that where we saw the Cessnas? Is that the
no,
place?
no. That's just
Okay.
an airport that's down the street.
Well, that's usually where a plane takes off.
Well, no, we have to go down where the prisoners are and jump down
Oh.
there.
So you want to go somewhere where there's not an airport?
Well, there's an
And it only
airport.
costs a couple of $100. Sounds devious.
Hey, don't you trust me, Brian?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do. Have you tried it?
Hell no.
Hell no.
I have acrophobia like a mother.
Yeah, I have too.
Yeah.
Josh, how
But
far
I
away
have
are you from
skydived.
Utah?
But
Oh,
it's not a
sorry.
problem when you get when you get higher than a certain point. It's like my brain doesn't have it anymore. If I'm on
Oh.
a scapula or something
Well,
like
happy
that,
for your
my
fucking brain.
brain is saying danger, danger, danger. But if I get a few hundred yards up, my mind gets over it.
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Okay,
It gets
I
worse.
see the problem then. It probably just gets worse then.
What were you saying, Annette?
Oh, I don't know. I forgot already.
You damn stoner.
That's all right. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Too funny. Hell yeah, guys.
I will.
My buddy just,
my other,
or actually, Brian, Gary just showed up. Do you want to say hi to him really quick?
Yeah, sure, man. Hey, Gary.
Hang on. He's walking up. I'm on a live stream. Do you want to say hi? It's Brian. Hang on. Here, let me turn the
Hey, man. Hey, Gary. How you doing, man? I know you. I shot that one.
We're so American, Brian. We're so American, man.
Miss you, buddy. We'll see you this
Oh,
summer,
I
though.
didn't know. I haven't noticed.
Brian, I miss you.
Yeah, you too,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It was awesome times. If you're down next year, well, I'll see you again.
All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here so I can hang out. It was good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, do it.
We'll chat soon.
And remember to
All right.
drop that shit in the
Good
lake
talking
when
to
you're done, right? Put that shit in the bottom of the river.
oh, that was fun.
Yeah. And that's right there. That's the vibe you will get when you get there, and
Yeah.
everybody's like that. And the funny part is there's a lot of people coming there that I probably wouldn't connect with in everyday life. But everybody everybody there has the same vibe, and it's awesome, you know. Even people
That's-
you don't work with, basically. You know, I met some people where you say, you know what, this guy, I would probably not talk to him if I met him somewhere else, you know. But here, it's different, you know,
That is
and
cool.
everybody's on the same page, you know. And if they're not, then they're gonna have a good little talk about it, you know, and it's fine, you know.
Well, it
Yeah,
sounds
but
like
that's
it's
how
been
it
a
should be,
magical.
like real humans,
Yeah,
you know, real men talk like people should talk to each other, you know, not the passive aggressiveness that I met a lot of in the United States, you know, where it's like, oh, God bless you, you know, kind of thing.
yeah,
And the honey and the sweetie and all that
yeah.
shit, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, you say what you mean and you mean what you say. And sometimes you change your mind, otherwise you stick to your guns. And it's all good, you know. That's
Well,
beautiful.
it certainly looks like Josh really goes out of his way to put a good meetup together and provide
Mhm.
camaraderie and friendship, and it's so important. And the musicians
Imagine this.
coming together.
If
That's
if
cool.
I'm coming next year, and it's my third
Mhm.
year in a row.
I know that's
Third year
pretty
in a
awesome.
row.
That is
From
really
the other
awesome,
side of the fucking
right?
realm, you know. Yeah.
And if you can do that, there's no excuse for all of us to not go, right?
That's
Yeah.
what I keep saying, and yet people give me excuses.
Yeah. Right. You're not getting any more from me. I'm coming this year no matter what.
Yeah. I've been trying to drag everybody over there, and you know, every year I hear new excuses I didn't know. Yeah, but I don't think I can get time off. I don't think my car will make the trip. I don't think, you know, one and the other, and I'm like, I'm coming 6,000 miles away for this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you could, you'd ride your
You know,
bike.
the first time I was there, you know, I went through hell for 3 months going around in the US, and I still made it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I was on my thumb, for crying out loud. I made it
Right.
to Josh's place, you know, only
Yep.
using greyhounds and my thumb.
Yep.
So I'm like, if I can do that, you could make it from somewhere else in the United States, you know.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And I'm bringing my salsa and my massage
It's right
table.
up your alley. That's for sure. It's right up your alley.
Bring
You'll
the
love
little
everybody
note.
there.
Yeah. I know it already.
Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
we still have 8 people here. I thought I would have talked everybody to death by now, but apparently not. It must be you in it. You're keeping people
no,
around.
no. We're missing Ken
So
today. Goodness. Come on, Lena. Get
yeah,
up.
yeah, he might do something else.
Yep.
He'll watch it back. I know. Yep, yep. That's exactly it. For those who don't know, I hitchhiked from Louisville to
Yep.
Memphis, around 400 miles. I hitchhiked through Kentucky and and Tennessee, yeah, that was kind of funny. That was a lot of people with a lot of guns. So yeah,
Yeah. And you were walking through the land between the lakes, which is like notorious for missing people and weird high
the
creepiness.
land between the lakes. What is that?
That's in southern
What is it?
Illinois, Kentucky, right where you were at when you
Yeah.
got picked up by that guy that got out of the hospital. That was you were in the land between the lakes. Yeah.
Down there? No, no, no. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah.
yeah. What was it called that lake down there? Oh
That was
shit,
the
that
lake
was a weird
between the
experience.
lakes.
I actually never told that story. Yeah.
You know, I've been waiting to hear a year to hear that fucking story. But
Right
anyhow, one
here.
of these
No,
days,
it's right here. My phone broke. I got 3 hours of audio with that guy from inside the car on this phone. It's the only reason I keep this phone around is because at some point I need to extract that shit from it.
yeah, yeah, we want to hear that story one of these days. Because you were in the creepiest part of the country to be in,
And
hitchhiking.
with the creepiest guy. He was literally trying to kill himself that weekend. That was his plan. So there was
No,
a it was a veteran, and he's
sad.
experienced some shit. And but I'll save that story for another time. When I get that audio, I'm definitely gonna make a video of that. So,
Yeah.
but he was in a bad state. Yeah.
Sounds like it was what they call like the divine intervention that the two of you
It
met.
was. Yeah. He was going in that direction I was going, and he definitely needed me on that trip. You know, I
Yeah.
can count 3 times he would have died if I was not there. He couldn't drive. He passed out
Yeah.
on some stairs and stuff like that. You know, that guy was not able to take care of himself. So yeah, that was
Wow.
something different. Yeah, and I just
All right.
gotten. I met 2 or 3 guys and a woman that was very religious on that trip, which took care of me and prayed for me in the car and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like it was all related, and it's kind of was my time to give back. So that's
Yeah.
how that came into intuition. I think something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was right after that nice lady picked you up and gave you a wooden cross, and you guys had a nice connection.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I had a guy after that, a Mexican that picked me up further down. He prayed for me in the car. He asked for
Oh,
me before he left if he could pray for me, and he gave me. It's on that too, you know,
Yeah.
a 5-minute prayer to keep me safe and keep me
Wow.
have success in my journey. And you know, I've never experienced anything like that. We are Christian in my country, but not on that level, you know.
Right.
So yeah, that was a very humbling experience.
Yeah. What a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my
He
friend,
took me to Jackson in Tennessee. Yeah. He took me from halfway from Huntington. I think it was called Huntington. It was a rich city for rich people, and down to Jackson.
yeah, that's a
So
good long distance.
yeah.
That was nice.
Well, it wasn't. It was around. He took me the last 20 miles or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a good trip.
Yeah.
Walked half the day too, you know. That's where the thunder happened when I was walking from Huntington. All of a sudden, the thunder was right above me.
Oh, wow.
And that was
You
the
made
night
it.
where I was in Jackson. The tornado warning
Did
came on 1 o'clock in the morning.
I was gonna
So
say, I think you made
that was
a
kind of
video short from under a tree.
yeah. If I look back at that you know, that was like a whole couple of weeks of things happening, and when I think of it, that trip took 4 days, and it was
Wow.
it's just I can't describe how much happened in those 4 days. You know, if you
Right.
go back on my channel and see all the videos from when I was hitchhiking, you know, all the strange
Mhm.
shit that happened in those 4 days, it was crazy. You know,
Yeah.
it's more than I experienced on the entire rest of the trip, and I was there for 8 weeks or something like that.
Yeah.
No, 9 weeks. I was there for 9 weeks. Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
that was
cool.
something. But they also had their guns, you know. It makes it a little easier to be kind. Everybody that picked me up from Kentucky down to Tennessee had a gun. You know, you
Yeah,
could kind of tell, you know,
America.
when you get in
Yeah,
the car that they're kind of leaning towards you. So this
yeah,
side is
yeah,
free. They're kind of sitting like this and
yeah,
leaning
yeah,
towards you. You know,
yeah.
first I was like, he just want to see who I am or something, you know. But then I realized
Right.
that they were just getting ready to draw, you know.
Yeah, just adjusting their belt. So yeah,
Everybody that picked me up in Kentucky was ultra religious and had a firearm.
yeah.
Everybody.
It's amazing that you got picked up nowadays. Everybody's so scared to pick up hitchhikers.
It's funny that it's the people that believe in God that does it.
Yeah, and well armed.
Yeah, and it's funny that people that believe in God feel like they have to arm themselves. You know, it goes a
Yeah,
little
right?
around their
Isn't that?
surroundings today.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. So,
yeah.
which is the backup plan? Is it the gun or is it God?
The gun is definitely the backup plan. If you met these people and talked to them, nothing can replace the Bible.
Mm,
Absolutely nothing.
yeah.
And yeah, that was new to me. People that believe that much, I've never experienced that in my entire life. Actually, I've never experienced people that religious. You know, so even the guy that took me to, I don't remember, but there was two small towns between the interstate. You know, he also took me in a pickup. He was on his way home from work, and he was also, you know, the first thing he said to me when I sat in his car, you know, he says, "I'm a man of God." That was kind of
Mm,
it was the first line. I don't think he started out with that, but he said something, and then he said, "Because I'm a man of God." It was people were very proud, and they felt like they have to tell you that they
mhm.
believe that much before they start a conversation. You know, so I don't know if that is because they want you to respect it or because they want to warn you, you know. So
Or to hear your
but
response
yeah,
to find out, are you on the same page as me? And
yeah, and I was very
yeah,
direct the other way. So say, yeah, I'm not a man of God, but I do believe there's something bigger than myself, you know. I just I don't have a religion to cling on, you know. So
yeah.
and
And
they
it was
respected
nice
that
that,
too the other way.
right? I
Yeah,
was gonna say it's nice that the respect came the other way, you know. People
yeah,
always give the
absolutely.
Christians sometimes the bad rap, but you know, I I
Yeah,
too I don't subscribe to any type of religion, but I have no problem with anybody that wants to, if it's making them a better person and gives them a peace of mind and
absolutely.
good,
Yes,
you know,
so
direction
be
on
it.
how to
Yeah.
live your life in a good way, it's good. You be whatever you want to be, you know. Take the
I
good parts and
experienced
leave
the
the bad
confidence.
parts.
That's
Say it
why I
again.
really noticed it. You know,
Mhm.
the more they believed, the more they respected your opinion. It was like the more they they were in one with that. You know, that's the wrong word, but the more they it was a part of them, the less they have to make you demonize you because you don't believe in God. You know,
Right, right.
so because they are so in tune with themselves and their beliefs that they don't have to put that on you, you know. I
Mhm.
don't believe in God, that's fine. I will help you if I can, but
Mhm.
it's fine if you don't, you know.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
people who were less
One-
religious were like, "Oh, you don't believe in God?" You know,
mhm.
they were more, like they were more surprised and had a more tendency to argue their case than people who are true believers.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's the ones
I
that
met
go
that
want
guy
the.
too. Sorry,
No, go ahead. There's a little bit of
I
a
met that
delay.
guy too in the murder beach. You remember the conversation I had at the beach with the guy, the
I
religious
was
guy
just thinking
in
that.
Myrtle
Yeah.
Beach?
Yep. I was
Yeah,
just thinking that. Yep.
yeah, and it was different. He felt like he had to defend God all the time, and that's the difference. You know?
Yep. Yeah. It's you got your two groups. People, they mean well, but what they don't realize, is that whenever we get to wherever we're going at the end of this existence, if their belief is that they're going to die and go to heaven and speak to God, God's not going to ask them, how many people did you convert to me? You don't get to get
No,
in unless you brought so many followers with you. He's just going to ask you, what did you do to get here? So it's the journey is not about convincing everybody else to uh, believe in our way. you know Everybody's got to find their own path there, and you can't stand on
peace.
the street corner and yell at people going to church and scream at them. Get out of the Catholic Church, it's the worst thing in the world, stop, believe in God my way. Well, when did anybody yelling at you ever make you say, hey, I'm going to listen to that guy, that's yelling at me? That never works. um
No.
and like I said, and when you're at the end of this life, none of it's going to be about anybody else but you and your personal connection to yourself, to God, to whatever you want to call it.
To me, it's all about creating peace, as I just talked about. It's all about peace. How you get there is not really important. If it's through God, if it's through something else, if it's through meditation, whatever it is, it doesn't matter as long as you get there. Really.
Hmm. And
And
we
I
don't
think
have
that's
to
what it's
die.
all about.
That's the thing, though. People are like, oh, things will be better when I get to heaven. Well, no, heaven's right here, right now. It can be. It can be also hell. I mean, it's a roller coaster. It's
Yeah.
the sine
Oh,
wave.
if you look at it, this is heaven. We are living in heaven.
Yeah.
It's just too bad it's filled with people. but but yeah, you're right.
You know. So yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I'll try, Vivi. I'll try. Jag ska nog pröva vara live med den där. I'm fiddling with the mic. I can't hear it, but you can. So yeah,
Well, it sounds good. Anyhow,
yeah.
I'm
Well,
gonna
it's
I'm gonna get off. I want to make something to eat.
yeah.
Talking about
I'll
taking
be off
self
soon
care. I,
too.
I haven't ate yet
It's
today,
almost
so
the midnight hour. That's kind of the
yeah.
limit for me.
Yep. And I'm hungry,
Good talking
so
to you,
I'm
Annette. Always.
good talking to you too,
So,
Brian.
so next year we'll find a path to Josh's place.
We will.
Yeah.
We're going. We're making it happen. Got the TP tent. Got everything we need.
Yep,
So we'll do some camping,
definitely.
some cabin, little bit of everything. Skydiving,
And yeah, you get to
hiking.
throw me out of a plane. What you don't do. Yeah, I'm
I
going
don't know.
already.
My
I'm
mom
going.
did it. My mom did it for her 65th birthday. So
Yeah.
I can't let her show me up. I'm gonna jump out of a fucking plane too, god damn it. If she's
I've done
crazy
it
enough
too.
to do it.
I've done it too. I did not like it very much. I must be honest. But
You've already done
maybe
it?
I will second time. Yeah.
Oh. But so you took the whole course then
Yeah.
that
3
you were
weeks.
talking about?
3 weeks. Took 3 weeks. And then you get to do the tandem, and you have to do the 3 tandems before you can do a solo jump. So the rules are kind of strict here in Denmark.
Yeah. Oh wow. So what was it like?
Scary as fuck.
That's what I figure.
I was not very old. I was like 22 at the time. So
22, you said?
yeah.
Oh,
I was
awesome.
22.
Oh wow.
It was right after the military. Yeah.
So have you bungee
And some
jumped?
guy. Yep. And I've done both. I both jumped and got shot from the ground. I've tried both.
Oh my god.
That I like. I like that. I like that.
You're an
That's fun.
adrenaline junkie.
I did not like the skydiving much, but I like bungee jumping. That's an
Really?
adrenaline rush. That yeah, incredible.
Well, I bet we
I
could
like the
probably
jumping better. Yeah,
Well,
I like the
I
jumping.
would
I
be up
don't
for
like
either one.
yeah, the one where you're shot. It's kind of like I like to do it on my own terms, but I don't like the man. Another man has his finger on the trigger. So you don't. Yeah. So I did
I
that in
don't know.
Spain where I got shot up.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've
and it was
never
kind of
seen people.
sorry, go on in.
Would you shoot you out of a cannon, or how does this work? Explain this shooting up part. I've never seen that.
Well, it's the opposite. They take the elastic, and they pull it down to the ground and they anchor it to the ground, and then you sit in a little
Oh,
seat, and then you sit here, and
oh
then they
no
release it,
way!
and you get shot up.
Like you're in a rubber band.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're in a
fuck,
slingshot.
man. Oh,
One major slingshot. Yeah. And I did that in Spain, and it was kind of like an amusement thing. It was kind of a steady thing where you could go in the weekend, and it had all these lights on it and stuff,
oh my
you know.
god.
So they kind of make a spectacle out of it. So they're like, oh, we're going? No, we're not going. Okay. You don't want to
Oh
go?
god.
They're kind of teasing you, and then they pull the
Yeah.
pin when you least expect
Oh
it.
my god.
So I didn't like that much, but the other way
Yeah.
around, the other one, I jumped from a crane. That was here in Denmark. That was at my 18th birthday. My big brother, he bought me a jump for my 18th birthday. From a crane, a 60-meter crane, and I jumped from there. Yeah.
Oh my god. I got a tattoo for my 18th birthday. I thought I was being a rebel by doing that.
Oh, I tried to get out of that as much as I could. I was really scared of heights back then, and that's what he said. This is gonna cure
Yeah.
your afraid of your fear of heights.
You're right. Yeah, yeah.
You know. And I was up there, and I was clinging on to everything I could find, because 60 meters is not enough. When you do skydiving, you're so high, so your brain kind of it can't fathom how far it is. But 60 yards, 60 meters is kind of
Yeah.
like 65 yards or something like that. That is
Yeah.
enough for your brain to say, you know what? this is really bad.
Yeah, right. The ground is right there, dude.
Yeah. This is a very bad idea to jump from this little platform. And the
I can
crane is
see
just like it's a basket. You get pulled up in a basket. It's not like you're climbing up. It's a basket that gets risen up from the air, you know,
Yeah.
and then you jump from the basket. So
Wow. I would think it'd be less physically straining on the body to skydive versus being attached to a rubber band that just flings you back and forth.
well, you barely feel the rubber band really.
Really.
It's it just divides that pressure over such a long stretch that you barely feel it.
I don't know.
You feel it right at the end where it's pulling you the other way. That's kind of where you're feeling the tuck in your legs. But other than that, it's not.
Well, maybe we'll look for both. We'll see what's the cheaper
Yep.
adventure out there. I'm sure there's a
Oh,
beautiful bridge over a
bungee
canyon
jumping
out there.
cheap. You can get that for $100.
Yeah.
You can get, yeah. That should be easy.
And you know, the other thing we could do for adventure, but it'd be a fear for you. Well, probably a fear for me too. But the whitewater rafting.
Oh,
Colorado is
yeah.
known for that.
Yeah, I got a thing for water. You know, we are not the
know.
best friends.
I heard you, I heard you say that.
Yeah, definitely. That would definitely be a challenge for me, putting me
That's-
down in
yeah,
a
well,
rubber boat. You know, I
If
can't
you've already
imagine
done the
anything worse.
skydiving thing.
Yeah,
think we
I'll
need
take
to
a
turn
skydive
it up
any
a
day over
Yeah.
a white river rafting.
Okay, that settles it then. We're going whitewater rafting.
Look at this thing right here. You know, you are going down a stream that's filled with pointy rocks. You know,
Yeah.
with big ass waves and shit, and
Mhm.
you choose to do all that in a rubber boat. That's
Yeah.
just stupid. That's just you asking for an accident.
Oh, well, before COVID, about a year or two before COVID, one of my girlfriends, a younger friend of mine, she went out there to be a whitewater rafting guide and never been to Colorado before in her life. And she took that summer and went out there and took the training and did it. I was
Yeah.
so proud of her. She was in her young 20s when she did that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll probably do it too. You know me. You know, I'll probably do it, and I hate it every step of the way. But that's how we do
It
it.
was really. All right, we're going to check all of those possibilities out.
Yep.
Come up with something exciting to do, as well as join good company, good food, good music. I look forward to hopefully seeing Lowry and Nicole and meeting them in person, and of course, Josh and his wife and lovely children. Can't wait to give them big hugs.
It's an amazing place.
Yep.
Yeah. And I kind of fell in love with Colorado as well, just as a whole, you know.
Yeah.
It's an amazing place. Imagine having so many mountains that you can get lost. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't, because Josh didn't allow me to get lost, but
Right.
that was kind of the thing, you know.
Yep.
That's a place I want to get lost. I want to get be lost and see if I can claw my way back. That's how I work. That's my extreme thing. It's much better than white river rafting.
I'll let you do that hike on your own then.
If I have to do the white river, you have to do the hike.
All right, deal. They will push each other's boundaries then. All right.
Yep.
Okay.
So we probably end on a mountain, and we do the white river rafting back to the valley.
Right. All right, the deal.
All right, I need to go to bed.
Yep. And I need to fix something to eat.
Yeah.
Get my bonfire going.
Yeah.
Got to take
Oh, yeah.
advantage of all of
Only
these
like
nights.
6 o'clock where you at.
Yep. It's 4:45.
Oh, so you're 7 hours behind me. I thought it was 6. Yeah.
Nope.
All right. So it's still the afternoon.
Yep. I got time to go carve more pumpkins.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
I'm
Have a good
happy.
night.
You too,
Have a
Annette.
good week at work. Catch up
Yeah.
with you later.
Yes. Absolutely.
Goodbye to everybody in chat. It was awesome getting to hang out with everybody, and hope we didn't bore you too much. Get out there in nature.
Well, they stayed, so.
Good. Adios, my friend.
Yeah. See you on the flip. So there we go. Another show. Shit. I'm already rhyming. Don't tell boss. So, but yeah. Today I was talking about peace, and this is also a part of it. What we've been talking about today, Josh and Annette and me. It is people I've seen the last 2 years, and that's the point. You know, I lost a lot from 2015 to 22, I guess. I lost almost everybody in my inner circle. I have 2 good friends that stuck to the guns. Everybody else went away, and I lost my family as well. I already had a bad relationship with my mother, but my sister and my brother, I stopped talking to them. I haven't spoken to anybody in my family for the past 7 years. That is the naked facts, and I mean anybody except from the family I did myself, my own family. But from my mother, my sister, my cousins, anybody, I haven't talked to any of those for 7 years now. That's the last time, and I'm fine with it. And now I'm starting to make new acquaintances, you know, and I'll follow these people for as far as I can. But it's always about knowing which way you're going in life, you know. And if people are not able to follow you, then so be it, you know. But having peace in your life and with yourself, I think having peace with yourself is more important than anything. You know, I don't care if you have quarrels at work. I don't care if you have quarrels at the supermarket with the thing on your face or whatever it is. You know, there's a lot of stupid people out there. But if you can't be alone with yourself, then you have nowhere to run, and then you're fucked. And that's the peace I'm talking about. You need to find peace with yourself. And to me, it's about being a better guy than I was in 2015, because I was not a great guy back then. I was not a bad guy either, but, you know, I did a lot of bad shit, especially to my mental health and my physical health. I didn't give a shit about anything. Before I got kids, I really didn't give a shit about anything. You know, the world could burn before I got kids. It's kind of my kids that's given me this perspective of that I want to better my surroundings. But then I realized I cannot better my surroundings unless I better myself. That's just how it works, you know. You got to fill that cup before it can spill over. And if the cup is empty, you can't let everybody drink of it, you know? So that's kind of the message. Find yourself and find your peace. And I promise you, everybody's going to see it, and everybody's going to want a piece of you, and you have to be ready for that too. But it doesn't matter, you know? It doesn't matter how much people come for you out there. If you can go home and be satisfied with yourself, it's the best feeling in the world. So that's what I'm been talking about today. That's what I want you to take with you from everything I said. You know, it's just learn to be alone with yourself. It's better than meditation, you know. I'm not talking about blocking everything out, empty your mind and all that shit. I'm just saying that you are happy being together with your inner self. You like to have a conversation with yourself or argument. It doesn't matter as long as you get along, you know. So yeah, well, you don't have to be alone in order to have alone time. You don't. You can create that in your mind, you know. But it helps to be without people around you. It does. I have at least a couple of hours a week where I choose to distance myself from everybody and just be alone with myself. It's not always because I need it, but just to keep the practice, keep the cadence, keep the discipline, keep it as a muscle memory. So I'm always in contact with myself. So as long as you're in contact with that subconscious that's driving you this way, then you can't be drawn off that path of yours, because your subconscious is pulling you back, you know. It's muscle memory. It's on the vertebrae on your back, you know. You don't think about it anymore. You just do it. But it needs to be trained. And I do that. I don't care what it is. I sit in the park. I sit at the beach. Sometimes I just find a bus stop or whatever it is. Sometimes I say, you know what? I need to unwind, and I'm just going to find somewhere where there's no people around, you know? So, yeah. Find your peace is the message of today. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Peace.
They gave you all you could ever need. Talk consumption and poison with greed. Made you dependent and instilled with fear, so you don't fight back when your rights disappear. They got you distracted with digital fun. Talk of victimhood, so you'll give up your gun. Made defenseless and filled with blue pills, so dragged off your mind and can't run for them hills. Are you ready? Are you adaptable? Because it's coming and it will change us all. Can't hide from the future, it's always round the bend. Are your hands steady? Are you shakeable? Because you're finding loneliness can make you fall. Can't lose all your friends. Best ones are there till the end. They gave you all every reason to hate. Talk of repetition and victimized debate. Made you defensive and triggered by words, so you group for comfort like small flocks of birds. They got you reactive with doom and gloom. Talk of submissiveness so you'll stay in your room. Made so friendless and filled with self-doubt. So drive for an answer, can't help but scream and shout. Are you ready? Are you adaptable? Because it's coming, and it will change us all. Can't hide from the future, it's always round the bend. Are your hands steady? Are you shakeable?